Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Muse Jester. My name is Junior. So, um, this is gonna be another eBay loot unboxing, and it's gonna be kind of interesting. Okay, so you guys know I'm trying to world build or find a scale that's gonna give me the most expansive world building scale, and I thought I'd gotten that with the 112 scale with the Marvel Legends, GI Joe, kind of like Masters, and some DC stuff. I was struggling with the DC and Star Wars as well, but I got a kick out of the Star Wars 3.75, as you guys might know, and it's such an expansive line that I gotten into. In my collection, the Star Wars 3.75 is now massive. So um, I can't get that with GI Joe because the GI Joe 25th anniversary is not 3.75. It's actually slightly above 4 inches. And Spin Master is kind of all over the place. The GI Joe original 3.75 does scale with the Star Wars 3.75. And then I found out the Marvel Retro from Hasbro was also a good scale, and it just so happened that Big Bad Toy Store had them on sale for 50% off or 40% off. So I can't remember, but it was really cheap. That I bought like 24 figures of them. I think it's in one of my unboxings, and it just so happens that this one, the Mezco 5-point articulation, as you can see, also scales perfect to Star Wars 3.75. So I've been searching and searching for a counterpart since I already have some representation from Marvel and I know which line to go for to get the 3.75, even though it's only 5 points articulation and a little bit more toyish look than Star Wars. It still kind of fits. I'm trying to find um, a much larger inventory of DC figures that could fit because Mezco's just starting out and they're kind of expensive. Um, I have the Fleischer Superman. I have this one, the 1966 set from Mezco. And I'm able to put this one with Funko because I had this from a previous collection. And but it's not enough. So I started looking at Spin Masters, and Spin Master, as I said, is all over the place. It's actually too big, as you can see. But there are some Spin Master figures. The one that came with either the Batwing or the Batmobile RC that does fit into this scale. I did that comparison previously on a previous 3.75 collection. Weirdly enough, in Star Wars, it's kind of weird. It's 3.75, but there are figures that are above 3.75. For example, like this Death Trooper over here. He's slightly above 4 or about around 4 inches. And as you can see now with this one, then the Spin Master scales. And it's not just Death Troopers. I think some Clone Troopers are actually 3 point are actually higher than 3.75. Let me just check really quick. And I don't understand why they suddenly went like that. Where see this one still scales. I do know some of them are actually higher. Um, I think the Bad Batch 4-pack is slightly bigger. I know the droids. Some of the initial battle droids are around this scale too. So, and I don't want that. I mean, with the droids, it's understandable they'd be bigger than regular humans. So, so I'm acceptable with that. But I remember thinking some of the clones were more than 3.75. So anyway, so what am I talking? So I bought this pack of Spin Masters just to test, and sure enough, it was too big. There is one more line that was kind of might be promising. and I bought a 20 lot figure set for $100. Is that right? Was it $100? Yeah. And it's called the DC Infinite Heroes. I never collected these when these first came out because I was collecting the DC Universe figures, and at the time this was being released, it was kind of expensive for me. It didn't make sense because the DC Universe classics were more cheaper. I just received the lot that I got, and I'm gonna be picking blindly one figure, and live here on camera you'll see if it was worth it or not, because before I even got this lot, I went ahead and bought an 8 figure lot for $50. So I'm 150 into this, and I'm not even sure it's going to work because it's toyish. It's the proportions and the paint work, but okay. Anyway, let's look for one. This is a female or male? This is a male. You guys tell me, is it fit? Yes, it's good enough, right? It's good enough. Oh my god, thank God. Actually, now that I look at it, it's not bad. The proportions. I mean, it's even better than Marvel Retro. Ooh, I finally found the line. DC Universe Infinite Heroes Crisis. Now the weird thing is this one is all over the place too. The Hawkman. Look at this Hawkman. Look at the muscles on this guy. Why did they do that? But never mind. I mean, like, I don't like the biceps. The height is good. The, the chest is crazy. So let's see. Looking for a female one. I have a Power Girl. Oh my god, I mean, the head's slightly too small. But yes, I finally got a DC representation. And now my numbers on DC is rivaling the Marvel Retros. The weird thing about this collection is it doesn't have the main ones. And look at this guy. This has to be a different... Oh, this is from a different line. Captain Atom. Look at that. And I hope... Does it fit? This one's too big. Oh, what? This one looks like a 4-incher. Because look at the joints. It's completely different from Heatwave. And the hip joints are different too. That's gonna suck. I gotta look at some research on this one because I'm pretty sure this is also DC Universe Infinite Heroes. So this is Lex. He's slightly taller, but he's fine because he's in a power armor. Here's Abracadabra. Oh, and then Major Force is also the same as Captain Atom. He's gonna be too big. This is almost like Marvel Universe, and it will be the same scale. I have a bunch of those for Iron Man, but they're too big. They're 4 inches. That sucks. Hold on a second. Okay, so I think these are from the DC Universe Infinite Heroes Crisis offering, and this is just DC Universe Infinite Heroes, no Crisis, which is kind of, and you can tell by the fact that the pelvic attachment is the T thing instead of the ball joint. So now the question is, how many of these out of the 20 are using that? So this one's good. It's good. Okay, so it looks like it's just the 2. Captain Atom and Major Force, because I just looked and found the listing archive that has a Captain Atom one like this one, but it's got the T joint on the pelvis, so he should scale. That's an awfully narrow head for Batman. And I might not use this one because I'm more interested. I mean, I think the Batman Adam West is useful. Funny thing is, I'd actually. What the heck? What happened to this guy? Oh my god, it's all over the place. That sucks. That means there's no way I can tell which one will fit unless somebody's done a review or I buy it and then I'm just like screwed. This one's almost too tall. He's fitting top wise, but look at the clavicle on his chest is too high. Oh, I'm gonna hate myself for this. It's gonna be a very, very expensive test. Just to figure things out. So that's acceptable. Luthor is acceptable. And look at this guys. These guys would be so cool. They're big, but they're in an armor, so that's kind of acceptable. I don't even like this style of Joker. And he's too tall. That's like 4 out of the 20. That basically increases the average price out of the 100 that I purchased. And I have 2 freaking Jokers. Definitely not cool. And see, I'm comparing with this guy. I should be comparing with the Star Wars. And with the Star Wars, it just becomes really blatantly out of scale. Ugh. That's so painful. I hate it when they do that. Why can't they remain scaled? So I can't use this one. I can't use this one. Like looking at, he's almost not, it's just like the clavicle is almost just right there. I can't leave. That's already 5. I can't use. And they're from the same line too, so there's no way of knowing from this list who fits and who doesn't. Trying to see. Oh, you know what? That's the weird thing is like, is this even the right Batgirl for this? Yeah, it is. Too tall. It's gonna be painful. Now the question is like, how much am I willing to commit? Yeah, those two Jokers do belong in the line. Expense wise, 'Cause the list is pretty cool. It's got the JSA that I kind of want. Oh, the good thing is I think the Flash and the Reverse Flash that I've got coming is gonna fit. And I have these 2 guys I haven't even tested. Those massive biceps. Again, almost too tall. Actually, he's too tall. Dang it. Ugh, what a bummer. 150. Oh well. I guess I'm still in search. It's just weird because there's no current DC line that's doing 3.75, so I have to depend on previous lines that's no longer available except for the second market or the aftermarket. But that's the way it is when you're chasing a dream. It's what you're willing to spend to get there. I mean, like, look, this sculpt is so horrible or horribly old, and she's way too tall, way too tall. Look at that. Like, she almost scales with Weather Wizard, but she's taller, and Weather Wizard is already slightly too tall than the regular Star Wars, which basically means anytime any figure that's taller than him just becomes slightly way becomes overscaled. So anyway, well, there it is, my eBay disappointing lot. $150, and my quest continues. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.